What's up, Legions? Welcome to another video. In today's video, we'll be showcasing God of War running on the Legion Go. Now, this has been streamed from Twitch, and just wanted to give you guys a disclaimer. This is the pre-production model of this device. It's not the final model. And he also wanted us to let you know that this was his first stream being back in a long time. So when it comes to quality, it's probably not going to look the best. But he did other streams with better quality, which will be uploaded here as well. But just want to show you guys some God of War gameplay on the Lenovo Legion Go. And in advance, just want to say the quality is not going to be the greatest here, but just want to highlight this one. This one looks good running on this device. Again, sorry about the quality. I will take full responsibility. Do not go abandon this because he's trying his best to provide you guys with Legion Go content. All right, so stay tuned for the rest of this video.
They're still working on it, I believe. I think it's close actually, because they have to ship it to be able to deliver at a certain date. But I imagine you'll probably see YouTube reviews probably closer to the actual launch. So like in the next month or so. And keep in mind, launch, I think varies a little bit by country. So relative, probably like the main global date, be about a month or so. Is USB 100 watt or 65 watts? I am not actually sure off the top of my head. Okay, sounds good, Summer. Girl lunchtime. I'm actually getting pretty hungry too. All right, so new game, I guess. Give me, for this one, I'm just gonna give me a story. I don't need the keypad though. I think this is unskippable cutscene. Pretty sure. Oh, because it's not a cutscene, it's like half gameplay. That's the weird thing. What's up, Venom? Hope the final one comes with a more flexible braided cable. I am not sure on that front, to be honest with you. I know we have braided cables on Legion stuff in general though. Like, I don't have one on me, but like our keyboards and our mice use, the higher end ones at least, use like a blue and black braided cable, so possibly. Are you benchmarking some games? Kind of, Beltran. Again, I've prefaced this by saying it is still an earlier sample. It's not the final product, so we can't truly do benchmarks on it until it's finally, released. But I'm at least showing how some of them run, things like that. I'm doing God of War cutscene right now. Maybe I should just turn down the screen brightness altogether. I can't get this down top of here. Let's see, actually, can I get settings? Yes. Do we have brightness settings? There's a lot of settings on here, actually. I don't see brightness, though. Oh, this one has FSR, though. That's probably why it's on here. It does say off. I think this engineering sample probably has some weirdness with FSR, because it's not sticking on. Or RSR, I should say. Not sure. You hope the SD card won't fry up? I don't think it will. I saw some concern about that as well. It's at a slightly different position than what you're concerned about, though, I believe. Let me fix my cam, sorry. Contrast is strong on the Go. Yeah, you can tweak some of that. Well, keep in mind, it's also some of my camera. Like if I switch it to, I don't know if you guys can see this because it's plugged in, but this camera doesn't look as contrasty, right? The webcam's gonna impact some of that, but at least you can see it that way. I almost wish I could just play it this way. Like just hold it up to the camera. I feel like I should switch my cam so that this is the one that's the main and then my webcam is my face. I might try and do that next time. I didn't have enough time to do it today, but possibly if you guys would prefer to see that. Yeah, like if I go into... Oops, wrong camera. It's literally just a cutscene right now, so I can change all this stuff on the fly. If I go into properties, video, lower the contrast a bit, up the brightness. It gets really grainy on that webcam, but you get the idea, right? Like it's a lot of the webcam doing that. Get the game's all the way up. Is that visible? Yeah, it's still a little contrasty. You can even see the white balance changing as I bring my hands in the frame, but exactly like that. Is that 1600p? I think this one is, I think it is currently set to 1600. Let me double check. My settings. I'm just carrying a big tree at the moment. Maybe I can't access settings right now because it's like a cutscene. I mean, the device itself is set to 1600 for sure. Yeah, you can, I think maybe kind of see that. This is, you can't make it out. This is resolution here. This is 1600 right there. So it is set there. What I don't know is if the game itself is set to 1600 and it's not letting me get into the settings right now probably because it's like the intro. The menu when you press start. Yeah, when I press start, it takes me here right now. I'm not sure why. I don't think there's a settings menu at the top here. B. There we go. I guess it was just that specific sequence. Display. Do I have them? It does not have a full screen option, interestingly. But yeah, it's 1600. You can see. You can't really see it on the webcam, but it is 1600, yes. It is set for that. What time to get off today? Good question. Probably like 4? I don't know exactly. When is the official US release date? Best Buy has it 11/1. Correct. Will both models with 512 and 1TB both be available on this date? I believe so, yes. Now, keep in mind, Best Buy and Lenovo.com are treated kind of separately, but I think it's the same for both. Assuming you want to get through Best Buy based on your comment. I have to say the controls look good, especially with a small touchpad on the right side. Yeah, touchpad's actually really nice for when you're out of game and you want to just go and navigate menus and things. But I really like the touch controls, just being able to swipe up and hit the taskbar, and it's pretty precise if you want to close out certain applications or switch programs and stuff through the taskbar. I like that it's a hybrid of a console and a PC in a way, because if you're used to using a PC and you want to use a taskbar, or even like this today, I opened up Task Manager and like closed an application that way, so it does all that stuff. I opened Word, by the way, to see a Word doc earlier by accident, so there's a lot of stuff you can do on here if you want to. Oh, thank you. Appreciate you for updating the category. Also, I should change my white balance on the camera because it keeps changing, huh? Let's fix that. Is that better? Something like that. Are they using the custom version of Windows for the handheld? So I don't know exactly, but it feels like a custom OS is the best way I can put it. An engineer can give you a more full answer, but because like these buttons are dedicated to the software, like if I hit this hardware button right here, it's a little hard to see with the camera brightness, but that pulls up the overlay over top of the game, which really does feel like an OS extension. So, I mean, it is definitely still Windows, but it doesn't feel like that when you're using it, if that makes sense. Also, the touch controls feel kind of custom too. Misty Diz, how you been? What do we do here? We give away games and show off some really cool tech. This is why I was kind of unsure about showing God of War, because the first bit is just a big cutscene, but hey, at least it looks cool. I actually want to get a better webcam for this top-down view, because I think it'd be good to have for other devices too. This is a webcam I've had for, I don't even know, like 10 years or something. Definitely needs updating. When is the EU release date? I think that everything is around November 1st. So I'm not, don't quote me on that, but that, from what I've heard, that's pretty consistent. And it might change a little bit from country to country in EU. But if you check out the actual site for EMEA, there should be more info for your specific region. I believe it is Windows, Beltran. How's that fan noise? So I was showing earlier, Lawless. It's really not bad. I think I've got this. Let me just double check the settings on here. Make sure it's running at highest settings. It's on performance, 20 watt thermal. There is an option for full speed fan. Now keep in mind, I've heard that the fan noise is one of the things that's going to change in the final product. This is not quite the final release, but I'm going to try turning on the full speed fan setting. Is that it? Okay, let me turn off music for a sec so you guys can hear and move the mic. Now, it's always hard to show fan noise on a stream because you're using like this SM7B, which is not going to give you like exact sound of the fan, but if I take my headphones off, like it's compared to our laptops, for example, it's much quieter than a laptop. And that's me putting the microphone directly like a millimeter away from the vent. So that's not exactly what you're going to hear, but that's apparently max fan speed, full speed fan, which is not bad at all. But then if I turn that off, well, it'll take a second to wind down. You can hear it actually. Calming down. Ooh, that's like AMSR or ASMR. That sounds really cool. So yeah, I guess I didn't show how the buttons sound, but they sound pretty good. It's like oddly satisfying to hear. I'm not gonna lie, I should do more of that. Does it get hot? I have not felt any heat, but you can see all the temps, so it's really cool. Now, again, I have to preface all of this by saying it might change the final product, but I really like this feature, so I hope that they keep it in the final. If you go into, actually, I think it's in performance, on-screen display, there's a full option. This shows you, can I show you guys? Well, I'll show you guys the cutscene actually. I'll just hold it up for you for a sec. Let me switch cams over here so you can see a bit more clearly. The top right, it's plugged into the wall, so I can't quite get it to reach. Let me just unplug it for a sec. Top right, you can see, come on, focus for me. All the temps and GPU, CPU utilization. Sorry, I apologize. It's a little blurry, but it's very easy to see for me in front. But yeah, all the temps are on there. So like 60s for both GPU, CPU on here right now. VRAM usage, battery percent, all that stuff. That's also with FSR off. Again, I think this specific model is something up with the FSR, but I'm sure it'll be fine in the final. They're still working that out in the software, I'm sure. Hi, McCurdy. How you been, man? Good to see you. It's been a little while since I've seen ya. What resolution is it? It is 1600p native. You can also run it at 1080 if you want to. Yes, Sager. Is it Sager? I believe it's the Z1 Extreme. Yeah, 67 is pretty solid for God of War, right? Let me see. 66 in GPU right now, 63 on the CPU, sorry. Now, we're in a cutscenes, but I think it's probably still the same versus gameplay, because it's like in-game engine stuff. I don't know. Baldur's Gate 3. That's a game that I need to try on this thing too. I feel like that would be a great game for the Go. There's a lot of games this year that would be really good for Legion Go, whether it's Baldur's Gate or the Cyberpunk update or Starfield or Lies of P. I'm going to try and play Starfield and Lies of P soon. I need to get a better way to capture this for you guys with the stream though, because obviously watching through a webcam top down like this is not exactly ideal. Have you noticed any heat while downloading and installing stuff? Not really, no. I will say, I gotta figure out a way to... I guess I'm so spoiled with having Ethernet that I gotta figure out a way to connect Ethernet to this thing, because like installing Apex, for example, or Starfield takes a long time to download, just because the size of the game. But there's probably a way to connect to the Ethernet. I have to think through that a little bit. I'm sure it's just a USB-C adapter. Have you seen how well it handles hibernating and sleeping? You want me to show you? I mean, you hit the power button, there's hibernating right there. What do you mean by handle it? Like how long it lasts, for example? I mean, just it's the power button right here, right? You just hit that to do that, and it just kind of hangs out, and then you just bump it back on if you want to go back into it, which is pretty, I think that's pretty standard with other stuff, right?